going to be keyed on Bronecki and Drinkwine to keep the edge tonight.
Pull up the offensive stats here. These two are very similar in terms of total yardage. Mayville, 358.6. 10 yards more, there's Amherst, 368.6. Both teams averaging right around 8-9 yards per play. Both teams with 50-plus touchdowns on the season. The big difference between these two, Justin, is the ability of the Falcons to throw the football. Now, Mayville hasn't had to this year, but they don't want to get into the situation where they would have to either.
They have the tight ends and the ability, if they can get into a play-action game. A little bit different. You got big size on the outside, which caused some problems. Amherst has got tall receivers. WLA kind of exploited that out of Mayville's DBs last week. So Mayville's DBs got a little bit of a tall test today.
Obviously for Mayville, almost all of it for them coming on the ground. Obviously Amherst runs the football well. They haven't seen many teams. Stratford, obviously one team that runs it extremely well. They ran it for about 200 yards or more than that against Amherst. They're going to get a heavy dose of that tonight. See how good they are against the fakes of the wing T.
The wing T is, if you have the athletes and the offensive line to run it, which Mayville does, it works every time. But this is a defense that I don't think Mayville's been tested against going against a defense like this season.
Another thing that we'll talk about here throughout the game and keep an eye on, we talked about the turnover battle last week against Winnebago Lutheran. Amherst this season has forced 21 turnovers compared to 14 for Mayville, so 7 more in that category. 2 per game, just about 2 per game for Amherst in turnovers. Winner of the turnover battle at this stage of the postseason usually wins the contest. We saw that last week against Winnebago Lutheran. We'll see if we come up against that here tonight. We're getting you set for the Mayville Cardinals and the Amherst Falcons here on the Metalcraft of Mayville pregame show. Coming up next, Justin caught up with Coach Scott Hilber, and we'll hear from Coach Hilber when we return. You're watching and listening here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Stay with us.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Call PT Tire and Service in Brandon, the automotive experts. Beat the Wisconsin snowfall. Stay charged this winter. PT Tire and Service, full service, batteries and wipers available on site. Call 920-346-TIRE. Put Christmas lights on your tree this holiday season, not your dashboard. Call PT Tire and Service to get those lights in the right place. Over 20 years in business and ready to service your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon, 920-346-TIRE.
Join Ahern and build a better future. Ahern is a mechanical fire protection and fabrication contractor that's been doing business in the community for over 143 years. They're now hiring and typically recruit over 180 positions across the company. Trades, apprenticeships, office professionals, internships, and more. Log on aherncareers.com to learn about the company and the positions they're looking to fill. Build a better future for yourself and your community. Go Cardinals! From Ahern.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Gather the gang for a meal at Leroy Meats, Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Perfect tailgating treats include the freshest cuts of beef, chicken, and pork, along with award-winning sausages and cheese. Remember to stop at the Fox Lake location, now bigger and better than ever to meet your needs. Leroy Meats also provides venison processing. For precise cuts and the tastiest products, hunters know to go to Leroy Meats. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and hours at LeroyMeats.com. Nobody beats Leroy Meats.
Metalcraft of Mayville sponsors our pregame show.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Back here with Coach Scott Hilber. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Coach, let's start with last week in Level 2. Took down Winnebago Lutheran Academy 28-21. What can you guys take away from that game coming into this week?
That we can play a good, hard, physical football game and be able to come out on top. To say that we were tested is an understatement, and we kind of expected it to be that way. Having played them already earlier in the year, we know the physical nature that they play with, and when you have a fast, elusive athlete like Anna Schwartz playing behind a line like that, and that's a tough matchup. And on top of that, their receivers came in and balled out. They played exceptionally well. So we had a lot going against us, but we were prepared. When we came into the game, we said, we're going to take hard shots early on. We're going to find ourselves in uncomfortable positions, and we have to remain persistent and just make sure that we have a game in the fourth quarter. And we felt if we could get to the fourth quarter and the game was tight, that we would have an opportunity to win.
Can you say about the resiliency of that group? Obviously, probably not the way you guys thought the game may go. It was a tight scoring game. I know you guys battle back and forth or a tight scoring game earlier in the season. You're tied at half. What can you say about the group of guys, turning over the ball a couple times, but you guys getting the ball back, playing well offensively?
Well, it's in preparation, and this goes back from a long time ago. When they're working hard, preparing for the season, you earn that trust in each other. And when a team has that, and they got trust in each other, and they have trust in their staff, and vice versa, when you have your backs against the wall, you're able to lean on each other, and that's what our guys have right now. We haven't been tested that much this year, and we haven't been put in compromising situations, so that's always a little bit of a worry. As a coach, we always ask, how are they going to respond? But we saw it the first time we played WLA when we were tied at half, and we had to come out and we had to grind and do whatever it took to come out on top. And the same thing happened to them this time. And that just, it just shows the character of the team.
Coach, coming on to this week, you take on Amherst, a real dual threat team, a quarterback that's thrown for over 1,400 yards and a running back that's got over 1,800 yards. What defensively are keys for you guys this week?
For the first time, we're going to see option ball, some true option ball. I don't think Amherst runs it as exclusively as they used to. They do some other things with their backs, but they're dual threat. The running back, he's a talented runner, so is the quarterback. The quarterback's got a strong arm, and he has receivers to throw it to. So there's matchup problems all over the place. Like any other week, we just prepare the same. Just make sure our guys know what to expect, know where to align, what kind of keys they're looking at, and how to attack it. And as with anything else, we got to protect the ball. We have to limit big plays. Getting a turnover too would be nice. But ultimately, we just have to make sure that it's a tight game in the fourth quarter, and we'll give ourselves an opportunity to come out on a win.
Coach, another week at Ray Dunn. Is that big for you guys to have that home field advantage against Amherst tonight?
Yeah, of course it is. Ray Dunn is a great place. We get a lot of support from our fans, our community. They take really good care of us. They take really good care of the field, as you see every week. It's a special place to be for our kids and for our community, and we love to play in front of our fans, and we cherish every moment. We have a lot of gratitude.
Coach, how's the health of the team?
We're actually sitting pretty good. We're down Devin Wendorf. Unfortunately, he's not down. He's on our team. He's playing through, but he's got a shoulder that's kind of holding him up a little bit. It's probably holding me up more than it's holding him up. I trust the kid's heart. I trust his brain. I don't trust his shoulder all that much. But aside from that, we're sitting pretty good for this time of year. We're very fortunate.
Coach, got anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. Just thanks a lot. We appreciate you guys coming out one last time at Ray Dunn and showing our team. We appreciate it.
Hopefully, Jordan and I can have a chance to chat with you after the game on Friday. It's been Coach Scott Hilber with Justin Schwartzman on the pregame show on Radio Plus Video Sports. Back after this.
Meadowcraft of Mayville sponsors our pregame show.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock. With service so good it's guaranteed.
This holiday season, shop Mayville Ace Hardware and get the perfect gift for everyone on your list. At Mayville Ace Hardware, we help make your holiday gifts memorable.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
Computer Troubleshooters of Fond du Lac and Dodge County, providing a full variety of services such as cybersecurity protection for business and residential, password and authentication management, virus removal, device repair, and all support in between. They also sell new and used computers and laptops. Computer Troubleshooters, offering pickup, drop-off, and remote support. Computer Troubleshooters, your trusted technology experts at 322-8566. That's 322-8566. Log on ctfdl.com.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving. To keep you achieving. To keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
At Mayville Savings Bank, we're a bank that is here for you, helping you save money instead of piling on service fees. We still take walk-ins, no appointment necessary. We're a bank where your loan is a local decision, with friendly employees that still answer our phones. A bank that offers online and mobile banking. We're a bank where you're our best interest. Bank at the bank you own. Mayville Savings Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, welcome back here to the Radio Plus broadcast booth from Mayville High School. Glad to have you along here. It's Level 3 action. As I said, it also called a sectional final now. The winner of this is a sectional champion. They move on to quote-unquote state. Obviously, Level 4 is great and all, but the real state is going down to Camp Randall, punching your ticket to a state championship game. But they did make that change. I believe it was last year officially when they made this the sectional final to kind of align it with the other sports. Justin, we talked about some of the leaders for the Amherst Falcons. When it comes to running the football, we talked about Aiden Nerdahl already. 1,839 yards rushing, 34 touchdowns this season. Michael Glodowski, over 1,400 yards passing. That would lead the Flyway Conference by a large margin. 16 touchdown passes. His top target, Sully Perkins, 786 yards receiving for the Amherst Falcons that you see right there. 9 touchdowns for Perkins. And then Aiden Nerdahl, if he doesn't do enough on offense, he's their best defensive player as well, 72 tackles. He's accounted for a couple of turnovers. He's been in the backfield as well. And then Sully Perkins, Logan Hintz, 3 interceptions apiece. It's a really good defensive team to go along with a really efficient offense. That's why they're playing in level 3.
What we didn't mention about Glodowski is he's also rushed for just under 600 yards this season.
Yeah.
A typical dual-threat quarterback, so he's got 2,000 yards from scrimmage. And he's going to be fun to watch. He's a key player on this Amherst team. You say everything about Nerdahl. He's just a junior as well.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to have one more year of at Amherst with him.
Yeah, it is incredible. And where Amherst has 2 really good rushers, Mayville has probably 5. Here are the team leaders for the Cardinals, and you don't see Emerson Middlestat's rushing or his passing statistics, just doesn't throw the football that much. But Landon Baker, almost a 1,400-yard rusher, 19 touchdowns. Tanner Schneider, Joe Promersberger have been great out of those wings. And then Owen Steger on both sides of the football. He was a unanimous first-team pick in the Flyweight Conference on both sides of the football in the trenches. Jerry Bromley had a great year. And then, talking about Emerson Middlestat, Joe Promersberger, they're going to have to stand up in the secondary. They have a couple of picks this season as well. It's going to be an important task on both sides of the football. What is maybe a key tonight for Mayville if they're going to come away here with a level 3 victory?
I think you have to find a way to get the ball to Joe Promersberger in space. I saw right there they just threw him a deep ball, and I don't think I've ever seen him go out on a route, let alone any. And that's the thing. You got to put a little wrinkle in here. Throw something that Amherst didn't see on film. Also, I think that Emerson Middlestat running the football tonight would be key. He doesn't run it a ton. He pops off some big runs. He's had a couple 50-yard runs this season. Get him in space. Get him to use what Ryan Clark did, where he hides the ball on his hip. Find a way to get off the edge.
They've used that a lot more recently, haven't they? This is the Metalcraft of Mayville pregame show. Let's take another time out. They're going to have the national anthem and starters here in the stadium. And we'll come back and give you the starters on the broadcast as well when we return. It's the number 1 Cardinals and the number 2 Falcons on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Let me get you in this used car. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, that's what it feels like at most used car dealerships. Pushy sales tactics, pressure, and no peace of mind.
Schaefer Auto makes buying a car simple and safe, with every vehicle inspected, backed by warranty options, and easy financing that fits your budget so you can get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto, no tackles, no pressure, just the right car for you.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. We'll take care of what can't be seen. Removing dust? For us, that's a must. And a reminder, get on a furnace maintenance plan now so your home is clean and cozy this fall and winter. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301, providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. If you're lucky, we'll be faster than a Derby from Kentucky.
We return here on the Metalcraft of Mayville pregame show. The Mayville Cardinals and the Amherst Falcons in sectional championship action. Let's start with the starters for Amherst. In the trenches offensively, number 50 is Judah Cole, 6'3", 205 pounds senior. Number 60 is Jesse Blanker, a 6-foot, 190-pound junior. 66 is Gibson Kenyon, 6'2", 240-pound senior. Number 69 is Rowan Reichenbach, 6'1", 280-pound junior. And number 79 is Logan Glodowski, 6'3", 330. He is a senior. A couple of options out wide. Number 2 is Cannon Hodges, 6'1", 185-pound senior. Sully Perkins, their leading receiver, number 4, 6'2", 165. He's a senior as well. Callan Lusich is a 5'11", 150-pound junior, and Dylan Cook is a 5'5", 145-pound senior. Aiden Nerdahl is the running back, 6'1", 200 pounds, that stereotypical, prototypical running back size. He's a junior, and it's all led by number 10, Michael Glodowski, the 6', 180-pound senior quarterback. For the Mayville Cardinals, it's their offense as well. They're in the trenches. Number 54, Wes Teeters, 6'1", 250. He was a second-team all-conference player. Number 56, Kellen Schaefer, 6'1", 220-pound junior. He was also a second-team all-conference player, albeit on the defensive side of the football. Number 61, Colton Carpenter, 6'2", 205. He's a senior. Number 68 and 75 are Owen Stager and Jerry Bromley. Those two seniors, both unanimous first-team all-conference players, and then Colin Ehlers, number 72, 6'5", 265 junior offensive lineman. That's 6 offensive linemen, which you get in the wing T. The tight end is Tate Drinkwine, number 87, 6'4", 205. He's a senior, second-team all-conference tight end. And the runners in the wings, number 3, Joe Promersberger, 6', 180-pound junior. Number 6 is Tanner Schneider, 6', 160-pound sophomore. And it is all on the legs of Landon Baker, their leading rusher. I shouldn't say all of it, but most of it. They really lean on Landon Baker. He's the senior, 5'10", 180-pound running back. He runs much bigger than that. And it's their quarterback, number 12, Emerson Middlestat, 6'1", 150-pound senior. That is really rounded into his – he has really rounded into form here, Justin. Over the course of this season, he's made this team his own, much like Ryan Clark did last year.
I think they've given a little bit more space, too. They kind of opened up the offense for him a little bit. They let him start running the ball in the latter half of the season. We saw it a little bit that Omro game that you and I covered together. He started to get the football a little bit more out in space, pick up some good runs. He's got an ability. He's a tall, lanky kid, super athletic. You can see he's a defensive back. He's their tallest defensive back they got on their team. He can't. When he has the ball in space, he can make guys miss, and he's a key tonight for them to be able to get a little bit of a wrinkle in their offense that Amherst hasn't seen.
Absolutely agree on all fronts there. We're just about ready to kick this thing off. Once again, Metalcraft of Mayville, our pregame sponsor. They're also the sponsors of our first quarter here. You see the Brock Fleischer Real Estate scoreboard there as well. Appreciate all of our sponsors up and down the line making this broadcast possible for the Mayville Cardinals, trying to punch their ticket to level 4. They're no strangers to this, Justin. And, sometimes I think, not all of these guys were in the program. Not all of these guys were contributors. In fact, none of them, or very few of them, were contributors to either of their state title or state championship game runs. But I do think it rubs off on a program, on a community. You've seen that ever since Coach Scott Hilber's gotten back here. These lights aren't too bright for the Mayville Cardinals when they get to this time of the season. Here's a kick, and it goes to number 4 and a return to the far side out to about the 25-yard line. That's Sully Perkins, the leading receiver. A decent return for him out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Falcons will start their first drive.
Paxton Decker picks up the first tackle of the game. The special teams, you see, he'll get in every once in a while on defense. If Landon Baker needs a break, he will cover him in that middle linebacker position. But one of those sophomores on this team that comes in at good times in special teams.
This is one of 4 games going on in Division 5 elsewhere. Number 1, Grantsburg. Number 2, Northwestern. Number 1, Tomahawk. Number 2, Stratford. And 1-3 matchup between Lake Country Lutheran and New Glarus. All right, let's play football. And Glodowski is redirecting traffic here on the first play of the ball game. 2 receivers to the top with Nerdahl in the backfield and a receiver to the bottom of the screen. Here's the give to Nerdahl on the left side, and he picks up a chunk and nearly able to step out of the arm tackle of Emerson Middlestat, and he picks up a strong 5.5 yards on first down.
Very similar to what we saw at WLA, the read option style offense from Amherst. You see that ends crashing. They're going to keep the ball or hand it off. Glodowski runs this style of offense to perfection. And the couple games I went back and watched, him and Nerdahl in the backfield is quite a dangerous duo.
We return on Radio Plus Video Sports. Jordan King, Justin Schwartzmiller, thanks for being with us this evening. Everyone is invited to enjoy delicious chef-created cuisine at the Mayville Meeting Place, located within the Mayville Golf Course. View the menu, specials, and upcoming events at themeetingplacemayville.com. The Meeting Place and Mayville Golf Course proudly support high school athletics.
First and goal, best on best with a minute to go.
Man in motion is Schneider. The give is to Baker. Up the middle, Landon Baker, touchdown, Cardinals. It's his third of the night. He's got 22 on the season. And it looks like they're going to go for two. I don't see Milsna out there anywhere. This is a gutsy call here, Justin. With 59 seconds left, Coach Hilber wants to go for the win, wants no part in overtime. And here come the Wing T Mayville Cardinals from the 2.5, make it 3-yard line. Man in motion is Promersberger. It's Middlestat. Middlestat has a couple of men. The jump ball, it's knocked away. Two Cardinals fought for it at the goal line. Schneider was there, as was Drinkwine, and I think they knocked it out of their own hands.
It was in the hands of either Drinkwine or Bronecki. I couldn't see it totally if it was 88 or 87. Tanner Schneider came up behind him and knocked him out of his hands. A gutsy play call. It was Drinkwine. It's in his hands, and Schneider knocked it out. It was 100% a 2-point conversion. Just ball was dropped, and now you're going to see an onside kick.
And 59 seconds left, and the Amherst special teams coach out there in the middle of the field. I didn't know you could have a huddle in the middle of the field, but there you go. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, they've done this on every kickoff. I had never seen it before.
Owen Milsna, it now rests on the very talented leg of Owen Milsna. He has had a great season. He's a very good kicker. Hands team out there for the Amherst Falcons. And it comes down to this. Mayville just has 2 timeouts left, so the game, by my calculations, would not technically be over, although it would be very, very difficult. There it is. It is caught. It's recovered. Mayville football. They're still alive. Went past 10 yards. That is the right call. And it was picked up right away by number 8. I have not called number 8, Dominic Schulke. Oh, my.
And is it right? Is it the right call? It is. That ball was picked up right at the 50. 59 seconds to go. Mayville just needs to get into field goal range for Owen Milsna. Now, remember, the wind is blowing from north to south. It has died down a little bit. The flag isn't moving as much as it was earlier.
Oh, my. You like drama? Welcome to Level 3 football. Here in Division 5 between the top-seeded Cardinals and number 2 Amherst. 59 seconds left, 2 timeouts for Mayville. Promersberger in motion. They're going to throw the football. Middlestat going to go deep. He's got Landon Baker. Baker comes back to the jump ball. He's got it. Baker's got a seam. Near side. Landon Baker. Can he get to the edge? He can. Baker. End zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. You've got to be kidding me. It's going to be a personal foul, taunting penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cardinals at the end of the play, but it is a touchdown.
Are you kidding me?
In the span of 14 seconds, Mayville missed a 2-point conversion, recovered an onside kick, and scored a touchdown. 49 yards from Emerson Middlestat to Landon Baker.
Unbelievable. We go play action and just kind of not paying attention. The quarterback from playing defensive back for Amherst just slips as he's trying to turn around, and it's a taunting penalty. And Mayville will probably wanted to go for 2 here just to try to make it a 28-21 game. So interesting to see what they're going to do here because that's 15 yards.
And Coach Hilber wants an explanation saying, are we not allowed to celebrate a touchdown? And he just gets, he was happy with the
And I think this is actually goes on the kickoff, if I remember correctly.
Well, you can decide. You can have it on the extra point or the kickoff, so they're going to keep it on the kickoff. That's the right decision from Amherst, by the way. Oh, my goodness. Big 2-point conversion here, and Mayville's going to take a timeout. Let's take it with them, catch our breath up here in the press box, and we'll come back with more right after this.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
My. Mayville decided to go for 2 with 59 seconds left in the game, Justin.
Unbelievable.
They miss it. They are down 21-20. The perfect onside kick from Owen Milsna. Dom Schulke gets on the end of it at it traveled about 10 1/4 yards. I mean, perfectly timed. And then on the first play, a 49-yard strike from Emerson Middlestat. Does anyone have a voice? I'm losing mine. I won't have it. If this goes to overtime, Justin's going to take you the whole way. Here's Landon Baker. He's stacked up. So there's still some hope here for Amherst to win this thing. And if you're a Mayville fan, you are saying 45 seconds is way too much time on the clock. 59 seemed so short a moment ago, and now 45 seems like an eternity from a Mayville perspective. And the Cards are that many seconds away from turning this thing into a level 4 season. But they're going to kick it from the 25-yard line after a 15-yard penalty for spiking the football, is what we heard from down on the sideline at the end of this Landon Baker touchdown reception. And how about Baker's ability to get his eyes downfield, Justin? Right after he catches this thing, he turns back into a running back.
100%. He finds a hole right away. He has to flip the hips and come back to the football, and he does. It's perfect. Jumps, makes the catch, cuts around one man.
Right there.
And uses his blocker. What a block on the outside. Just a little bit of a shove from Drinkwine to give enough space for Baker.
And then the power at the end of the run to get into the end zone. And, we just missed the end of that replay. He throws the ball in the air.
He spiked it.
Did he?
He spiked
it. All right. Well, it looked like, maybe he recollected it. Here's Milsna. Line drive kick is muffed. Here's Glodowski. Going to keep it. Glodowski far side. Mayville has to make a tackle. They do. It's Brady Zitlow on the far side, along with number 68 on that far side, Jerry Bromley. The center on the coverage unit. Does not play defense, Jerry Bromley. Gets to focus on snapping the football and being a unanimous first-team all-conference offensive lineman. So that leaves 38 seconds. Did drain 7 precious ticks off the clock, but this explosive Amherst offense knows it can score quicker than that because they've done it twice tonight, Justin.
Yep, and you're going to have, you kind of have to throw the football. I mean, the running has worked, but you do have 3 timeouts if you're Amherst.
Glodowski in the pistol. Nerdahl behind him. Glodowski coming to the near side. Knocked away. Tate Drinkwine got his hand in the passing lane. They were looking for Sully Perkins, who's been mighty quiet tonight, as the passing game just has not been there for Amherst. 35 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, quick little RPO bubble screen. Fake the handoff, throw it to the far side. Great job by the defensive end, Tate Drinkwine, getting his hand on it. I know we'd like to have that pick, but it's a great play, especially, now you keep Amherst, hold them back. 2nd and 10. They still got to throw the ball.
This time in the shotgun. Struggling to get guys set as they tick under 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Here is Glodowski. He's going to look down the field. He's got a couple of men running free down the near side. He's got a man, and number 24, that's Talon McCormick, who just turned twice and could not find the football wide open. And that was a defensive breakdown. Coach Scott Hilber standing out there right now with his hands out wide. He can't believe it.
Yeah, and McCormick stumbled a little bit, too. That second spin, he caught his feet together with himself. It's a great throw by Glodowski downfield, just off the outside hand of McCormick.
And if he doesn't stumble, that hits him right in the breadbasket. He turned a couple of times too many. Glodowski, 3rd down and 10. Coach Scott Hilbert does not like what he sees. He spends his final timeout of the night. We're going to keep it right here. Obviously, if you're Mayville, you can't let anyone get deep on you like just happened. Coach Scott Hilbert going to get in there and I'm sure get after his guys to make sure there's no defensive breakdowns on the back end. Can't have that right now.
No, you can't. And Amherst, again, they have the size at the receiver position. Mayville's found a way to get 2 picks tonight. I mean, not that it will happen right now, but you have to find a way. Again, this is where Owen Stagger shows up. In plays like this, he's going to find a way to win at the defensive line position. The Carpenter, somebody's got to get in that backfield and force Glodowski to get the ball out of his hands faster than he normally does.
Probably got to have a spy somewhere out there as well for Glodowski and his ability to run. We just saw him rip off a big run of 66 yards earlier in this 4th quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Pistol formation. Glodowski takes the snap. He's going over the middle. Has Perkins through his hands. And it is 4th down and 10. Hit Perkins right where you wanted to hit him. And Perkins could not pull it in. The leading receiver for the Falcons on a slant where they cleared it out with a couple of go routes. And Wes Teeters stumbled, tripped over his own feet, and it would have been a 1st down for Sully Perkins. Instead, it's 4th and 10. Here's the football game.
Too hot to handle. Ball was thrown pretty hard from Glodowski. Just hit Perkins in the hand.
He's got some sort of fastball, I tell you. There's Owen Stagger getting ready to rush. He's after the quarterback over the middle of the field. Jump ball. Tanner Schneider knocks it away. There are 3 timeouts for Amherst. The football game is not yet over. Mayville still needs to run offense with 19 seconds left to go, and Coach Scott Hilbert's got to be telling his guys that right now, I would imagine.
Yeah, you got to relax. It's a reset moment here. My thing is I think the ball stays in 24's hands. You got to have your most sure-handed guy with the football at all times. There's no putting the ball on the ground here. You have to find a way to, you don't have to get, you relatively don't have to get the 1st down. You just have to kill this 19 seconds.
Good point. Some Amherst students leaving the field. I don't think they realize there's 3 timeouts for the good guys from their perspective. So 1st and 10 from the Amherst 44. How about 4 incompletions forced by Mayville that time with a little help from a couple of different receivers. Here is Landon Baker on the far side, picks up 4, and a quick timeout from Amherst. So that run gets it to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. And once again, we'll keep it right here.
That kills 5 seconds, right away. Every play is going to kill 3 to 5 seconds. A punt, basically you're trying to get it to where if they don't get this 1st down, you can just punt it out of bounds and kill the rest of the clock.
Yeah. You do not want Glodowski, Nerdahl, and company to touch the football offensively ever again tonight.
What a football game this has
my.
been.
It's lived up to the billing, Justin, and for those people that are just joining us, Mayville jumped out to the 7-0 lead. Amherst responds.
Missed the extra point.
Missed the extra point, 7-6. Mayville gets another one, goes up 14-6. That was our halftime score. 3rd quarter, all Amherst. They tie it up 14-14. And then we had all havoc break loose here in the final minute. We'll talk more about that in our post-game show, which is coming up next. Here is Landon Baker, and Baker picks up 2 yards. But as you mentioned, another 5 seconds drains off the clock. On a 2-yard pickup, it's 3rd down and 4 with 9 seconds left. I'll tell you what, we'll sneak 30 seconds in here. We're going to come back, and we will finish out the broadcast right after this. It's 26-21 Mayville on Radio Plus.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhard Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhard Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
When Mayville got this football back, there's another great shot of Coach Scott Hilber. I'd love to put one of those tracking watches on him to track blood pressure and heart rate over the last minute of game time, which has felt like it's taken about an hour of our lives, certainly taken years off the life of Coach Hilber. Here is the give. Tanner Schneider, misdirection. Schneider forges ahead. First down, Cardinals, and they're on to level 4. They are sectional champions, and they will play in a state semifinal coming up next week. The headset is off. Coach Scott Hilber. The clock ticks to 0. Mayville 26, Amherst 21. The students rush the field for their sectional champion Cardinals.
I like that. I like the coach's sound on the back up.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. It's the right call. It is.
Coach Scott Hilber getting his students out of there. Good idea there from Coach. All right, let's take a timeout. What a contest. 26-21 the final on the Brock Fleischer Real Estate scoreboard. And we're back with our post-game show. Don't go anywhere. Talk with Coach Hilber, talk with a couple of players coming up right after this on Radio Plus.
Let me get you in this used car. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, that's what it feels like at most used car dealerships. Pushy sales tactics, pressure, and no peace of mind.
Schaefer Auto makes buying a car simple and safe with every vehicle inspected, backed by warranty options, and easy financing that fits your budget so you can get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto, no tackles, no pressure, just the right car for you.
Welcome to Hooksha's Market & Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Market & Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Market & Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
From tires and transmission, batteries and brakes, to engines and exhaust, the service experts at Mayville Tire are trained to keep your vehicles at peak performance. Whether you need routine maintenance or reliable repairs, you can trust Keith and his team to take care of you and your vehicle. Ask about free pickup and delivery, no interest financing, as well as commercial truck tire service. Find the service experts at MayvilleTire.com. Mayville Tire, honest mechanics, happy customers.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Brock Fleischer here with Homestead Realty.
I know that buying and selling a home can be stressful. I'm here to help. Are you ready to sell? I have buyers waiting for a home just like yours. Are you looking to buy? I can sell any home that's on the market, and I'm here to get you pre-approved to purchase, along with finding the best loan and lender for your situation. I'll even go as far as arranging movers. For an easier real estate transaction, give me a call. Rock Fleischer, 920-960-0555.
Jordan King with you down here on the field at Ray Dunn. It's celebration time. They got the music going. The Cardinals are headed to level 4, the state semifinal. Coming up next week, we'll check their opponent later on here in the post-game show. We're going to talk with Coach Hilber, going to talk with Emerson Middlestat, Landon Baker coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Justin, that last minute, I mean, the calls that Coach Hilber made, they're indicative of a sectional champion.
I mean, you had 50 seconds to go, you go for 2, and then we talked about it. We said, I think they're going to go for 2, and they did. Didn't get it. Get the onside kick. What a play by the sophomore Dom Schelke to pick it up and then find a way. Big touchdown pass from 49 yards to Baker.
We'll let Coach Hilber step in here. Coach, congratulations. Sectional champions, headed to level 4 yet again. Take me through the decision. Going for 2. And then how about Owen Mills? You go for 2. He still had a role to play. He knew that. Could you have set out a better onside kick than what he gave you there?
You can't. No, you can't. Even a couple of those pass plays, that 2-point conversion, that should have been one. We did that. We just felt like we weren't able to stop them. They're finding too many gaps, and unfortunately, our technology wasn't working so great. So we really struggled to make adjustments there. So we're like, if we score, we made up our mind when we were at the 20. If we score, we're going for 2 and go for the win. Yeah, Owen and his kick, he's been coming through with us all year. He hit that little fullback fly slipping out of the backfield, and Landon just fighting all the way down to get it. I don't know. I'm just so proud of these kids. That's a heck of a win.
Dom Schelke able to get on top of that onside kick, but then they get the football near midfield. Up, this secondary has had a tough task the last couple of weeks. Some big-time receivers the last 2 weeks. What can you say about their ability to force 4 straight incompletions and get off the field, give you guys a win?
Yeah, well, I mean, we need a little bit of help there too. I mean, but we're still, breaking too late, and people are just blowing right by us. But I don't know, they're athletes too, and they recovered well, and they got down there and made plays on the ball.
Landon Baker, 3 touchdowns tonight. You mentioned his big play there on the, catching the ball and then turning back into a running back and making some plays. But another just monster night for. I want to ask you first about him, and then we'll get to Emerson in just a minute. But how about Landon Baker?
Landon. This year he hasn't been able to get more than about 15 carries a game. But we knew coming into the playoffs we're going to lean on him, and as long as he's working, we're going to stay with it. That kid has worked so hard. I've never had someone ask for the keys to the shed more than anyone in my entire life, because all he wants to do is go up there and work on his football skills and his craft. He wants this more than anybody, and when we get in tight spots like this, we lean on him.
Emerson Middlestat has the fumble, has it poked out of his hands. The very next play on your very next possession, he rips off a 50-plus yard run. Not the first time you've done it this year. When a guy makes a mistake, you go back to him. What about his season gave you that confidence to say, hey, ride?
Well, I mean, we roll on trust in our team, and we always say that. If you want to play on the game, be trustworthy. When we come here tonight on a Friday night, we need to trust each other and really lean on each other. And one mistake we're not gonna stop going through you. He's been the commander of our team all year, and we needed those option plays. They were really loading up on Landon. They were throwing bodies on the outside. We had to do it. And, he fumbled, but he came right back and made a play, as we expect.
Coach, sectional champs, level 4. Tell me how it feels.
Yeah, I mean, I when this year started, I told these kids, I'm not putting a ceiling on this team. And they worked really hard, and they belong here.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we'll appreciate a couple of minutes from Coach. We'll get Landon Baker and Emerson Middlestat in just a couple of minutes. As we do, welcome Justin back in here. If he'll step back in, we'll just give you some final numbers here. Landon Baker, 168 yards rushing. Also had the big 49-yard receiving touchdown. He had 54 yards receiving on the night. He ends up with 4 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground and 1 receiving. Emerson Middlestat, obviously all those passing yards going to Landon Baker. Tanner Schneider had 57 yards on the ground. Emerson Middlestat with 56. Joe Promersberger with 53. Here is Emerson Middlestat. Sorry, Justin. We're going to kick Justin back out, let Emerson get back in here. Emerson, you fumbled the football. Coach just told me this team is built on trust. He has to be able to trust you guys to be out there. He goes right back to you on that very next possession. You rip off a 50-plus yard run. Just what does his confidence in you mean in that moment, and then obviously paying it off with that big run?
It means everything. I fumble the ball, I mess up, and he gives me the ball right back, and I make a play, and I just got to make the play. That's all I got to do.
What's going through your head when the 2-point conversion, perfect ball, obviously miscommunication, gets knocked away? When Owen's teeing that thing up for the onside kick, is there a kicker you trust more than Owen Mills? I mean, come on now.
I love Owen. I've been with him a lot of times. I worked with him so much. He's come so far as a kicker. He used to be a soccer player, and now he's only a football player. He's a great kicker.
So you guys recover the onside kick. You still have a lot of work to do with 59 seconds left. Find this guy over the middle of the field, and then he turns right back into a running back, right? And then finds the way to the end zone. Talk about that play.
We've been working on it all week, and we just got the time to use it, and we made it happen.
On the other side of the football, last 2 weeks, this defensive secondary has faced some really tough receivers. The size of WLA last week, the size of these guys tonight, the speed of their receivers. You knew this was a good passing team, over 1,400 yards coming in tonight. On that key final possession, you guys held them 0 for 4 passing. What does that say about this defensive secondary?
Well, we got lucky a couple of times, but it's just miscommunication and knowing what we got to do. We know we can make the play. We just got to know where to be.
Level 4 bound sectional champs. That's got to sound pretty good, huh?
It does. It feels great.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I'll let Landon slide in here. Landon, 4 total touchdowns tonight, 3 on the ground. When that ball's in the air on his way to you from Emerson, what's going through your mind? You got to come back to it. It's a jump ball. You're probably going to get hit. What's going through your brain?
You got to make a play there, and that's got to be in your head. I just knew I had to go up and get the ball, and I turned around, and there's a bunch of green grass, and it just, I don't know. There was nothing stopping me. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Big night for you tonight on the ground. Coach said, a lot of times this season, he can give you more than 15 touches in a game because you guys were blowing everybody out. Yeah. Knew that coming into the postseason you were going to get a lot of work, right? Just what has been your mindset coming into the postseason here and facing probably as tough a road as any to get to a level 4?
Well, it's going to be tough, but when you have a line like I do on both sides of the ball, I just got to worry about hitting my gaps. They're going to get me 5-4 yards every play. Occasionally, we get hit in the backfield, but I mean that really doesn't happen that often, and it's just, I mean, my mindset is just do what I can do because they're fighting their asses off for me, and I gotta pay them back.
Is it fun coming out here playing against a guy like Nerdall, a guy where it feels like you guys are going back and forth like a boxing match? Just talk about getting to play against a tremendous athlete like that. Glodowski, their quarterback, tremendous athlete as well. You guys just found a way to make a play, right?
Yeah, it's always nice to get some competition. Those two are some great players. Aiden is a great running back. He's tough to take down. He hits holes and he's fast. And their quarterback, he can throw all over the field, and we saw that on film. And we had to respect that. And it's nice to kind of be battle tested because now moving on, I don't know if we're going to see a better back than Aiden.
Last one for you. I'm going to ask you the same thing when Owen's teeing that ball up. You never think it's likely that you're going to get an onside kick, but I mean, he's been so big for you guys. Made a ton of kicks over the course of the year. Very good kicker. And then how about Dom Schulke to get on the end of that, huh?
It's just our team is built on trust, and, it was kind of sad to see that ball drop in the end zone, but you always know with this team we have a shot, and we never give up, and that's what makes this team so special, and it's great to play with. It's great.
Radon's pretty special on nights like this, huh?
Oh, it's amazing. The turnout for the crowd is great. They're loud. They support us, and it's just amazing.
Congrats on the win. Appreciate it. Good luck. All right, that Landon Baker, appreciate a couple of minutes from him, from Emerson Middlestat, and from Coach Hilber. Justin, some final notes here tonight. I mean, there were so many key plays throughout the course of the game that are going through my mind, and they're all erased by the last minute of the contest. Coach Hilber decides that they're going to go for two. Just didn't think that they could stop them. They don't get it. Good play call, just not quite the execution they needed. They get the onside kick. Landon Baker, big play. I mean, there's just so many names that you could come up with. Middlestat, Baker, Schulke, Milsna. The list goes on. And we're not even talking about the big uglies up front, the Jerry Bromleys, the Owen Staggers, the Berneckis, Carpenters of the world. Those guys had great nights too.
Yeah, you go up and down the list, so you can't not mention Landon Baker every night, but how about a sophomore stepping up? And I just had a chance to talk with Coach Decker. They work on onside kicks every week, and you go back and look at that onside kick. You can see the middle of the field was wide open. Dom Schulke had a full lane to get to that football. That was planned if they got to that situation, and it was executed perfectly.
And then you got to get it done, though. I mean, we were talking about it up in the booth. You get the onside kick. Okay, that's the hard part. But then you still got to go 49 yards in about 55 seconds. Well, took them one play.
Yeah, and again, passing the ball. And Mayville passed a little bit more than we normally see them throw the ball today. But again, they're finding ways to get the ball to their athletes. Baker gets out, just runs a little seam route, comes back to the football, and makes a couple guys miss because that's what he does.
You know, Coach Hilber had to go for two because he felt they couldn't stop the offense. That was Aiden Nerdahl and Michael Glodowski. Final numbers on them. Nerdahl, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 9.4 yards per carry. And I know he left it out here tonight, the junior did. Him limping around in the second, holding his arm. I mean, he battled here tonight. Got to give him a ton of credit. Michael Glodowski, 104 yards rushing and a touchdown. He only threw for 8 yards, 2 for 8 with 2 interceptions tonight for Michael Glodowski. And you got to give Mayville a ton of credit in that back end. And again, Coach Scott Hilber said it. Middlestat said it. They got lucky a couple of times, too. Had some passes go through the hands of Amherst players. But there's also plays that they made on the back end, couple of picks, couple of batted balls in that last series as well.
Yeah, there was, I mean, if you're looking at Glodowski's numbers, in the throws that he made, you can say most of he's 2 for 8, but he probably should have been 7 for 8 because every throw he made was right on the money. And a couple of them, I mean, the arm strength from Glodowski was shown off a lot tonight. He can zip the ball around, and we thought coming into the night that it was going to be a problem for Mayville, but they found a way to make Amherst keep the football on the ground.
Total yardage for Landon Baker, if we add it up in our heads real quick, 222 yards for Landon Baker. He had all 4 touchdowns for Mayville tonight. 57 yards for Tanner Schneider, 58 for Emerson Middlestat, 53 for Joe Promersberger. You know, what a game, Justin. I mean, what can you say about getting to be here at Ray Dunn on a night like this? I just asked the guys. It's such a special place. You could feel the electricity when you got here tonight. When I rolled in to the parking lot, you could just feel it. And I'll tell you what, we were treated to a show.
You feel different every time you come here. We say it every week, but for those seniors, those 2 guys right there with Middlestat and Baker, what a way to end your career at Ray Dunn. What a fantastic way to end a career at your home field, which to me is one of the best in the Flyweight Conference and this regional area.
No doubt about it. Once again, scoring for you tonight. Mayville and Amherst went back and forth to a 14-14 tie. It started with a Landon Baker 24-yard touchdown run. Responded Aiden Nerdahl, 74 yards for the touchdown. Landon Baker then got a 1-yard touchdown, and then Nerdahl found the end zone again, 43 yards in the third quarter. Heading to the fourth, it was 14-14. Scoring in the fourth started off with Amherst, 5:59 to go. Glodowski ran for 66 yards to give Amherst that 21-14 lead. It felt like an uphill task for Mayville at that point. They score with 59 seconds left, decide to go for 2. They miss it. They're down by a point. Their season's over, right? Owen Milsna comes out onto the field. Onside kick recovered by Dom Schulke. The rest, as they say, is history. Landon Baker goes 49 yards on the pass from Emerson Middlestat, and Mayville wins this one 26-21 on the Brock Fleischer Insurance scoreboard. Brock Fleischer Realty Scoreboard. Excuse me. Post-game show has been brought to you by Metalcraft of Mayville. Justin, final thoughts as we look ahead. We don't have the numbers in. We don't know Lake Country Lutheran and New Glarus. Don't have a result from that just yet. As we look ahead to Level 4, the state semifinal, this Mayville team, Coach just said it, there's no cap on how good this team can be.
And the last 2 weeks, these are two very good teams that they beat. And Amherst gave them everything they could. WLA gave Mayville everything they could. The way I look at it, this team, they're showing resiliency. They've won in multiple different ways in these last 2 weeks. They're finding ways to win, get the football down the field different ways than they had been all season long.
That's going to do it for us tonight. What an unbelievable game. This game had it all. It had lead changes. It had an onside kick. It had big-time plays from both sides, and just a tremendous football game here tonight. One fitting for a sectional final. 26-21 is the final score. Mayville wins it. The postgame show has been brought to you by the Metalcraft of Mayville. Want to thank all our sponsors up and down the line. Want to thank Coach Hilber, always setting us up here with the best amenities here at Mayville High School. Want to thank all of you watching at home. Thanks to our great crew here. Josh had 5 cameras to choose from tonight. He did a great job up there punching buttons. Want to thank Justin as well. I'm Jordan King saying so long. What a game here at Ray Dunn. Mayville wins it 26-21. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Sir Rauer Family Dental.